So we continue with Kitzur Shulchan Aruch today, and we start new Siman number 74, and big topic. I'm going to remember we're talking about Shabbos. Of course, as we said, it's only parts here and there, but very important parts. As Kitzur explained in the beginning when we started this section, so he said things that people may not be very careful. Okay, so Siman 74, laws of one journey by boat. By boat meaning on Shabbos. Right, so, okay, so of course, I mean, in olden times we had only boats, so, but the same rules would apply with a plane, right, train or something, right, bus or something. Okay, so let's see. Bus, maybe is bus a good idea? I mean, a good example. I mean, that train is better example, like a long distance train when you're not going to arrive until some days later, right? Okay. So as we have learned in the CF 72, it's an introduction. We are obligated to make Shabbos a day of enjoyment and delight, right? Two things, right? Enjoyment and delight. Okay. Since travelers are subject to extreme discomfort during the first 3 days of a sea journey, the sages forbade one to embark the sea journey within the 3 days of Shabbos, as this will disrupt one enjoyment and delight of Shabbos. Okay, so it's very interesting. So right, so you have to enjoy Shabbos. So like even though you're in a big boat, right? I mean, today is different. Today all of the boats, like cruise boats, like I think people report that it's like you cannot feel anything. Like no. I mean, of course, people get seasick even in those boats, cruise boats, but usually not, unless it's like a very stormy or something. So because of their size and their build. But in olden days, it was not like that. So I remember taking all of these boats, like you getting sick, like seasick in 3.5 seconds from these boats, right? Especially when it's wavy. Wow, right? So normal person get used to it after 3 days. So meaning in the first 3 days before Shabbos, meaning on on Thursday, don't embark. Okay, so commentary same. Shulchan Aruch 248.2. It's also introduction to Mishnah Berurah for several other opinions regarding the reason of this prohibition. For example, we are concerned that the crewman will perform forbidden activities on his behalf on Shabbos. Okay, so why not we're not allowed to take a boat on be in a boat on Shabbos? So first explanation, because a person would feel sick, right? Seasick. Second explanation, because maybe these non-Jews would need to do something for us specifically on Shabbos. So I think our sages explain before we continue. So if majority of the people, for example, on a cruise or something, right, are not Jews, there is no problem. So they were doing for Jews. If majority are Jews, according to some opinion, a problem. According to some opinion, also not a problem. So they say even like these non-Jews hate Jews so much. So they and if there's only one non-Jewish passenger, guess what? Everybody would work on for him, right? Okay, but the bottom line is don't take this in the first 3 days. Okay, this Siman discusses with this prohibition the situation in which prohibition is waived, and other halakhic issues that must be addressed when embarking on a journey by boat over Shabbos. So meaning, and in olden days, right? In olden days, like this journey could last like a month, right? Right. So of course it was impossible to avoid being on a boat on Shabbos. I mean, if you traveling along the coast or something coast, right, and you can like go into the port, like for example Jewish boat, right, and stay there for Shabbos and then continue like after Shabbos. That's a different story. But in my majority of cases, it was not the case, right? It was not, right? They were continue going until the next destination, and that's it. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I will start with CF1, and it says one may not embark on a journey by ship over the sea less than 3 days before Shabbos. There is from Wednesday. Okay. From Wednesday and onward, it is forbidden to embark. Okay. However, if one is traveling for the purpose of fulfilling a mitzvah, it is permitted to embark even on Erev Shabbos, meaning Friday. Okay, so let's try to just 1 second. Is it continuation or no? No, that's it. Okay, so that's a very short halacha. So let's try to learn again from the beginning. We may not embark on a journey of the ship over the sea. So on sea, of course, wavy. Like on the rivers, usually it's not so wavy. Okay. Right. In a contrast to a river journey, sea following sea. Okay. Less than 3. So, but on a sea journey, less than 3 days before Shabbos. Okay. 3 days before Shabbos, meaning that the Shabbos was the third day, and the person would feel very bad. Commenting, there is when one cannot arrive at the destination before Shabbos. Okay. So meaning, I mean, if you need only 1 day travel or 7 hours travel, so yeah, there is no problem. There is no problem whatsoever. If you get there before Shabbos, that's ideal, basically. Okay. There is from Wednesday, so meaning from Wednesday on, we cannot embark on the sea journey. Commenting, Shabbos begins on Friday evening. Thus, the prohibition begins 3 days earlier, Thursday evening. Okay. Thursday evening, meaning the Thursday evening, Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday evening. I apologize. Tuesday, not Thursday. Tuesday evening, meaning it is a Wednesday. Okay. Right. So again, so the whole sentence: we may not embark on a journey by ship over the sea less than 3 days before Shabbos. There is on Wednesday and onward, it is forbidden to embark. Commentary, Mishnah Berurah 248:4 cites authorities who maintain that Shabbos is included in 3 days. Okay, that's what I remember also. In this case, that the 3-day period does not begin until Wednesday night, which is Thursday. But okay, I mean. That's what I said initially, like Thursday, Friday, and Shabbos. But according to some other opinions, so they say 3 days before Shabbos, right? 3 days before, meaning started from Wednesday. Okay, no problem. Okay. However, if one is traveling on for the purpose of the fulfilling a mitzvah, it is permitted to embark. Meaning the person was called to the circumcision, right? He cannot wait any longer because circumcision must be done on the 8th day, so he must be there on time, right? So, and for a purpose of the mitzvah, he can do it even on Erev Shabbos. So on the mitzvah, maybe even get engaged or something. Okay. So number 6. Commentary, there is before beginning of Shabbos Friday evening. So meaning this person is going to be like right. So he's not going to perform anything on while on board. So basically like you're in hotel. There are like crew members. They're going to take care of the ship, of course, but you just there like right enjoy yourself, basically a passenger. Shulchan Aruch 248.1 adds that one is stipulate with the board captain that the boat must not sail on Shabbos. If the captain violates the agreement and the voyage continues on Shabbos, one may nevertheless remain on board. So initially, of course, as we said, it would be proper to ask the captain not to travel on Shabbos. I mean, if he's going to maybe on a small ship and he would listen to us, but on the big one, he would not pay attention, basically, right? Moreover, most authorities agree that even if the captain refuses to accede to stipulation in the first place, one may still travel. See Mishnah Berurah 248.3. So I mean, usually these people, the non-Jews, they do not care that there's nobody to talk to, meaning that they have the agenda, they have a trip, it's planned out. So that don't, Mr. Jew, just stay in your room. Don't tell us what to do, basically. Right. So let's do the next one, also very short. And it says, it is permitted to embark on a river journey by boat in any situation. There is even for discretionary, there is non-mitzvah purpose, even on Erev Shabbos, provided that the Jew will not be required to perform any milacha, forbidden activity on Shabbos. Even if the animal are pulling the boat, it is permitted. Okay, so we need to explain all of this. BeEzrat HaShem. Okay. So now, of course, as we said, on a river, usually it's not the dangerous, not so many waves. Of course, it depends on the period, right? If it's a springtime, it could be crazy on the river when this snow starts melting, right? So it's dangerous time as well. It is permitted to embark on a river journey by boat. So we're talking about regular, like summer trip. Okay. In any situation, there is even for discretionary non-mitzvah purpose, right? So meaning even on Erev Shabbos, and it's not a mitzvah. Why? Because a person would not get sick. Okay, seasick. Okay. So meaning, right, he maybe only enjoy the view or something. Commenting. One is not likely to become seasick on a river journey. Therefore, there was no reason to prohibit such a journey. If no desecration of Shabbos will take place, as stipulated by Kitzur, in a line that follows. And plus, as we said, in olden days, half of the ticket of the ride was not half, but it was like understanding that if needed, all of the passenger would help the crew with sales, with other things. So I mean, heavy work. Of course, it's all the things are forbidden on Shabbos. That's I mean, it's right. So that's why he said we have to stipulate, right, and make sure they're not going to tell you what things to do, right. Okay, provided that the Jew will not be required to perform any milacha, forbidden activity on Shabbos, and there are many, right, in taking care of the sheep, of course. Number 8, commentary. Often in the course of the water journey, one is forced to perform milacha on Shabbos to ensure his safety, meaning meaning that this people would say you have to tie yourself or something, right, or do something for your safety. We're not going to do things for you. Although if such a life-threatening situation arises during the journey of Shabbos, one is permitted, and in fact obligated to perform the milachas necessary to save his life. If there is no other choice. For example, if idolater is available to do milacha, no idolater available to do milacha, meaning as we always say, don't put yourself in that situation. Are you going to be allowed to do whatever is need to be done to save you? Save 100%, but don't put yourself in that situation if you know it's going to be stormy or something. somebody asked me, right? Somebody asked me, can you please, if you have a phone nearby? So I was talking on the phone, right? Can you see what time is going to snow today? And I said, yeah, it's going to snow. I checked my phone, and it said it's the snowing from 12 to 1 p.m. or to 1:30 to 2 p.m. whatever was it, right? So meaning that, like, if you know, like, most likely, of course, it's not 100%. It's only it's still several hours before that time, but it's 70%. It's going to snow. So don't put yourself in that risky situation. Don't start driving right now unless it's emergency. You understand? Because right, when it's snowing, it's not a good idea to drive. If you have no choice, that's a difference. But if you have choice and you are warned, why should you do that? Okay. Right. Nevertheless, one may not deliberately put himself in such a situation within 3 days of Shabbos. Right, as we said, the Ramat 248.2. This is prohibited, even if he will be required to perform activity that are forbidden only rabbinically. So rabbinically, not rabbinically, but still we're not allowed to put ourselves in that situation. Where it says, Mishnah Berurah 248.16. Prior to 3 days before Shabbos, however, one may embark and need not be concerned that will be forced to perform milach on Shabbos. Okay, so meaning that we cannot play out the whole scenario. I mean, unless you know that for sure it's a stormy weather is coming, and people told you, and the people who usually know the weather, they told you, like, on Shabbos it's going to be very bad. Okay, so unless it's a great need, so we should not put yourself in that situation. Number 8. Continue. Even if animal are pulling the boat, it is permitted. So in olden days, just so you know, there's maybe there will know why they did not use sails. I mean, sail is very good, right? You use the wind, and then you go where you need to go. I don't remember, but I for sure in many countries, they would put the animals, they would pull the boat, the barge, and the boat, because when the boat is in the water, it becomes very light in some sense. I mean, compared to when it's on dry land. So you can pull it even with relatively small force. So they would have an animal to pull it, or in some countries in Eastern Europe, they have people, right? People, and they're like special profession to pull the boats up the stream and down the stream, right? So that's where they're special people. Okay. So of course, or animals. So meaning even animals are going to pull the boats, there is no problem. We can still embark on this boat. So commentators say the animals on the banks of the river are tied to the boat to pull it along. Okay, we got it. So why he's mentioning animals? And it says it is forbidden to ride in a wagon drawn by animal on Shabbos. So that's a different story, right? So drawn on animal by right on Shabbos, out of the concern that one might break a branch, thus violating the milacha kotzer, reaping, to use to guide the animal. So for many people, it's a big shock, right? Why we're not allowed to ride a horse or any other animal on Shabbos? Why? Because of reaping. So what is it? Reaping, right? Right. Because you might break the branch and use this whip, right, to guide the animal. That's it. So that's why we were not allowed to ride the horses and other things. Here, when the animals are so far away from the boat there is no concern and it is permitted for animal to pull the boat. See Mishnah Berurah 248:18. So, and plus, we expect that crew members non-Jewish, right? Because these people, this crew member would doing the melacha for somebody else, not for us. If they were Jewish, that would be, of course, a problem. Okay. So I think we can stop here. It's a perfect timing, and continue next time with next melacha, next halacha. Okay. Very interesting. And the next Siman, I just look forward. It's lighting the Shabbos candles. Okay.